Hello everyone, Samuel speaking here. So in this video guys, I'll be doing the outlook of my setup that I'm currently looking at, and I'm just preparing myself for the week ahead. Please take notes because what I'm about to share with you is very important. I'm going to share a little bit of my strategy, and I'm also going to share the sentiment of the market, giving you a direction of the market for the week ahead, okay, for the upcoming week, so which is going to be 1st November. Okay, so let's start by looking at direction of the market, right? So we are going to use these numbers here. So these numbers were calculated today. Okay, so let me just okay, so these numbers guys, as I was saying, were calculated today. We have the strong group here, the weak group here, and the neutral group here. So the strong group, it means these currencies that are inside are bullish, okay, meaning that they are buying, okay. So there's no way that we can sell them. The only way to trade them is to look for buy entries for now, okay. So, and then these ones here, these are GBP and Euro. We are selling them. And then these ones are neutral, guys. There's no clear directions. In fact, they are ranging, they are making something like this. So, let's talk about the ones that are overbought and the ones that are, overbought or oversold and the ones that are new. Okay, so let's make an example of an overbought currency. So, for example, here, this currency has been going up for more than two weeks now. So that means the market is overbought. We've been buying it for quite some time. And if the market is overbought, especially the currency pairs, there's a high possibility that it will change the direction, okay, to the downside, or it will make a consolidation before it makes either an up movement, or it can make a consolidation and then break to the downside. But as long as the market is overbought, then we must expect two things. It's either a ranging phase or a drop, okay, a drop, because the market's supposed to inhale and exhale. It's supposed to go up and then go down, go up and then go down. So the AUD has been going up for quite some time, and I'm expecting a reversal. But the Swiss franc is the new one. The Swiss franc has just before the Swiss franc was ranging. It was ranging for more than a month now. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, it has been ranging for more than a month, and then I've seen a little bit of a break on Friday. So I'm expecting a pullback and then continuation like this. Okay, so yeah, those are the ones that I'm currently looking for a buy. But on the AUD, I'm not expecting to take a buy entries because the market is overbought. So I can even go to this chart here just to show you that the AUD pairs are overbought. So I'm going to use the AUD versus JPY. Why is because the JPY is currently neutral. So obviously the market is supposed to show us an uptrend. Okay, as you can see, guys, the market is currently pushing to the upside. So it went up. It went up for let's see. Let us see from where from here up until it is top here. So it went up for more than a month. It says 35 days. 35 days. So that is more than a month. Then now, from now on, I'll be expecting a change of direction. As you can see now, the market is currently consolidating, up and then consolidating, and then we may see a downtrend, or we may see either an uptrend, a break of this consolidation, then we'll be able to buy it once it breaks. But currently, we cannot either buy it or sell it because it's in a range. Okay, it's ranging. So yeah, that's it on the AUD currencies. And then the Swiss franc, obviously on the Swiss franc, I'll be expecting from Monday, then I'll be expecting, you know, a break to the upside as the market has already started to shoot up. Okay, so on the weak ones, the ZAR, GBP, and the Euro. So let's start with the ZAR. The ZAR has just broken to the downside, but it's not that much overbought. You know, I've seen massive moves since I think it was Tuesday. Okay, let's just make a practical example. Let's talk about maybe a okay ZAR versus JPY again, because this is a trade that I took last week. Okay, for people who don't know how to trade exotic pairs like ZAR JPY or NZD ZAR, there is a good broker for those currencies which is called currency.com. So there's no link here that you'll find below this video because I'm not promoting any broker. Just do your own research. Okay, so this is a trade that I caught last week. You know, here for a sell. Probably you should be maybe your stop loss supposed to be here at below break even. In fact, in this number here, because the market has already reached more than 50% of our target. So I've closed 50% of this trade here, and I'm left with another 50%. Probably we are going to reach this zone because that's where we are expecting to see the market, filling up this gap. Okay, but we are not there. We are talking about a trend of the ZAR, probably the ZAR, because we've seen a major move and then we've seen another push to the downside. But as the market is also showing signs of making a continuation, as you can see that on our strength meter, we see that the ZAR is still sitting at -7. That means the market is moving down aggressively. Then I'm expecting a continuation of a sell again. Yeah, I'm expecting a continuation of a sell, but I'm not going to enter any position currently because I don't see any setup from now on. And remember, we are only trading this type of a setup, guys. We wait for the market to go up and then we draw our trend lines. Okay, let me just draw it perfectly. Push, 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 and then draw our trend line, and then wait for a breakout, followed by a retest, and then we look for something like an engulfing candlestick, and then we sell here, put a stop loss above, and then we hold. So this is the same setup that I caught here for a sell, and we also include our correlation numbers. So for example, last week we've seen that the ZAR, it was currently sitting at -5 if I'm not mistaken, and then the JPY was flat. And then we knew that this trade has a high probability of going to our direction, because the pattern, which is this type of a pattern, is also lining up with our correlation numbers. Then we eat. Okay, so I'll be expecting a continuation here, market dropping, even maybe breaking this support zone here, coming to this one here. But we will see during the week. We might see, a reversal from here, or we might see a break to this zone. But we are going to just wait and see what the market is giving us. Okay, so now let's talk about, okay, this one also is a new mover. The GBP is currently moving now to the downside. Before it was ranging, it was fluctuating at -3, 0, +1, somewhere around there. But now it's showing that it's really, really, really going to move to the downside. And it's new. That means I'm expecting to see, a setup like this then followed by a break, maybe a consolidation phase, and then a breakout. After we've seen a clear breakout, that's when I'll be waiting for a pullback confirmation with a sell. I'll be still waiting to see the market being bullish on GBP pairs, and then that's when I'll be selling and then holding until maybe this zone, depending on the correlation numbers. So the correlation numbers, guys, are so nice because they can even tell you that the market is no longer going to go to the downside. Okay, maybe let's say the market is now here, it's approaching your target zone, and you see the GBP is maybe sitting at neutral. Maybe you're trading GBP versus JPY, and then both currencies are sitting at the neutral group. That means we might experience a consolidation that you need to just close it, because after the market has made a big consolidation, then we might see a break to the upside, pull back, and then buy. So that's it on GBP. And then Euro. Let's talk about the Euro. The Euro has been going down for like more than a month now, and I'm still expecting to see Euro pushing to the upside either. Okay, let's talk about, maybe let's make an example of Euro AUD. Euro AUD. This thing is down, guys, moving down massively. As you can see, the market has been going down since here. Why I'm saying since here is because this was the trade that I took for a sell. Same thing, guys. Breakout pattern. This breakout pattern, it looks so easy, but people, they just ignore it's so profitable. Even if you don't have the correlation numbers, you'll still make some profit. But when you include correlation numbers and that setup, then it's a game changer. That's when you'll be able to generate more than 80% signals, more than 80% accuracy. When I'm talking about accuracy, I'm talking about the winning rate. Maybe let's say you spot 20 trades in a month, then out of those 20 trades, you'll be able to your winning rate is going to be more than 80%, meaning that you're going to win 18 trades, maybe losing two or even losing one. Okay, so those are the type of setup that I only look at. Okay, here, guys, that's when the market started breaking. Okay, before it was pushing up, and then we saw a breakout and then pull back, and then that's when we started to see massive drops. And the reason why this thing is still bearish, guys, is because we are pairing euro. The euro is currently sitting at minus what? Okay, let me just confirm it. Okay, let me confirm it. The euro is currently sitting at -5, and then the Australian dollar is currently sitting at +5. That means we are pairing a weak and a strong. The euro is sitting at -5, while the AUD is sitting at +5. So that means the market is supposed to continue selling. Even next week, guys, I'll be expecting a continuation because the AUD is still pushing up, while the euro is still pushing up, as you can see here. AUD is here still buying. That means this thing is not going to stop selling. Okay, so for people who are trading, taking aggressive entries like this one, buying when the market is at the support, buying when the market is at the support, they still need to pay attention to correlation numbers, because the correlation numbers is going to make them avoid taking, losing trades, taking a trade that is going to continue breaking. So yeah, so let's continue. Okay, let's continue finishing with our correlation numbers. Okay, so, and then this one, guys, these ones are flat, but I'm expecting to see the US dollar pushing to the upside, pushing to this group here Why I believe so is because it's coming from here. It was weak, meaning that before it was selling, and then currently it's neutral. As you can see here, we have a neutral group. That means currently we might see an a ranging phase on US dollar pairs, especially like USD JPY or USD Swiss. We are seeing a sell and then a correction. Or if the US dollar is on the left hand side, we might experience, we might expect something like this, and then here we'll be waiting for a break to the downside, continuation, and then a sell. Here we'll be waiting for a break, continuation, for a sell. So that's the setup that I trade. So on the USD, as the market was selling before, it was here. The US dollar was here, but now it's here. So that means the market is supposed to range, and then once it starts to break to the upside, then we are going to see a break here and continuation patterns. Okay, let's talk about, I think, okay, the other one that is going to break to the downside is the Canadian dollar. Remember, Canadian dollar is coming from here. Okay, let me just show you what's happening before. What was happening before. Let's go back. Okay, these are my correlation numbers, guys. That's where I post them on daily basis. Okay, before the CAD was bullish. Okay, when it was bullish. Okay, before it was bullish, as you can see, bullish on the 12th of October, I mean. Okay, and then bullish again the 13th of October, 14th of October. Okay, here it was neutral, and then bullish again. Okay, here it was not. Okay, after that we've seen Canadian dollar in a neutral group. That means the market of CAD. As I was saying before, that before the oil price was bullish, the oil, it was buying massively, as you can see. It was buying, and I was buying also. I was buying the Canadian dollar versus the JPY, and here we were buying the crude oil. That's a positive correlation. Okay, we were buying it, and now, as you can see, guys, the crude oil is making a range. That means also Canadian dollar pairs are also making a range, as you can see here on our correlation numbers, that this one, the Canadian dollar is currently neutral. Okay, it's currently neutral, but I'm still expecting it to go to the weak group because it is coming from the strong group. Okay, so I'm expecting to see the CAD going to the weak group, as it's currently overbought, and the market is supposed to, at least is supposed to exhale before it proceeds with an uptrend, if the market is still going to go up. All right, so that's my anticipation on the CAD. And even if I go through the charts, I will be able to spot those type of interests that I'll be expecting to see next week, especially pairs like CAD Swiss. I'll be expecting a massive sell, as you can see, before the market has been going up, and then we've seen a consolidation phase here, and then a little bit of a breakout here, but it's not like a clear breakout. A clear breakout is, we are going to see it on Monday, Tuesday, because now we are pairing Canadian dollar versus Swiss franc. Remember, the Swiss is buying massively currently with +5, +6, and then the Canadian dollar is selling with -3. It means this graph supposed to break to the downside, guys. supposed to break to the downside, and still you can see our pattern, this pattern, push, 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 and then consolidation or a break, and that's where we wait for a pullback and then we sell. Same thing when we are looking for a buy, we need to see sellers, and then so that we'll be able to buy. Okay, we cannot just buy if there are no sellers. Same thing with buying. Same thing with selling. You need to get someone who's going to sell you something so that you will be able to buy it. Okay. So yeah, guys, I think I'm done analyzing the sentimental analysis. Just that it's a little bit confusing to most of you, especially my old students, because they don't want to put in the work or put in the hours of analyzing this data. This data is so important. Even people who are trading the news, they still need it, because the news can tell you that, okay, based on the interest rate, GBP, retail sales, we must buy, we need to buy the US dollar, but only to find that the US dollar is not going to buy now. Okay, but once we see the US dollar going back, going to the strong group, that when we'll be starting to buy it. Okay, so even if you are looking at high impact news that are driving the market dramatically, then you still need to see these numbers before you articulate any particular trade. All right, so guys, let's now go straight into our trading view platform, but it's advisable to take a screenshot of this so that you have something in mind that's going to tell you the upcoming move on, especially on Monday and Tuesday, and then in the middle of the week we might see some changes here, but I will keep you updated. As I was saying, that I post these numbers on daily basis, because they sometimes they change on daily basis, but they don't change massively. But we might see a clear change maybe on Wednesdays, because the trend will be waiting for like something like midweek reversals, something like that. So take a screenshot of this, so that whenever I do my analysis on my trading view, you will also reflect on these numbers here. Okay, guys, let's start our analysis now. Okay, so I'll be having these numbers here on the other screen, and then here we are going to have the trading view platform. Okay, let's start with the one at the top. The one at the top is the Brent crude oil. Currently on this one, as I was saying before, that I'm expecting to see the Canadian dollar dropping. That means here again I'll be waiting for a breakout, breaking this consolidation phase, and then a pullback, and then the trend will be starting to sell it. Okay, but now we don't see any breakout. So whenever we don't see any breakout, we don't put that currency pair in our watch list. Okay, we don't put it, because a breakout can take more than 3 days. Okay, 2 days, 3 days. Okay, we can see a breakout, and then a pullback is going to take a while. So that's why I don't put it into my watch list. So we're going to just skip those ones that are not that much important. We're not going to spend a lot of time on that. Okay, so let's proceed with Euro US dollar. Euro USD is currently consolidating in this box here. That means currently we don't see any breakout, but I'll be expecting either an upward breakout, but it will depend. It will depend on the correlation numbers. So I think it's better if we keep it like this, because this thing can also break to the downside, guys. Can also break to the downside. Why? It's because of the US dollar. Once we see the US dollar going up, and we will see this one dropping. Okay, But whenever we see the US dollar going down, then we see this one going up. But it will depend on the euro again. Because remember, guys, we are not just trading the US dollar. We're trading the euro versus the US dollar. So we have two currencies here. So the reason why both of them, the reason why we see this consolidation is because both of them, they were trading where they were neutral before both of these currencies were not neutral, they were both selling massively. Okay, let's go back, just delete. As you can see, guys, before the US dollar was selling with -5 and the euro was selling with -5. That's why we currently see the range. But as now the US dollar now is here, then that's when we are going to see a breakout. Okay, we are going to see a breakout. So let's proceed. Let us proceed. Okay. Okay. Okay, this one is the same as the euro US dollar, so we are going to skip it. Okay, here, guys, I'll be expecting a break to the upside. I'm expecting to see a break to the upside because the Canadian dollar is currently showing some signs of selling. That means this one's going to go up, but the euro, we must also see the euro maybe going to the neutral group. Then that one will be getting a break to the upside. Okay, GBP, euro GBP. Currently, both currencies are selling, as you can see. So currently I'm expecting to see a range in both. So I'm expecting to see a range. Then once the market breaks, then follow a breakout. So guys, we don't have clear trades for this. For Monday and Tuesday, we are just going to wait until we see a clear breakout. Then we'll talk about that one after. So this one I'll be expecting a break to the downside or a break to the upside. It will depend on the correlation numbers. But a break to the upside a break to the downside is going to give us, a huge profits, boom, boom, and then we enter somewhere around there. Then we're targeting these zones here. Then stop loss is going to be above. But if it breaks to the upside, we are going to draw a trend line like this, expecting a break and then pull back. Then we enter here, put a stop loss below, and that's when we are going to look for a resistance zone that is above all of these. So we are going to be targeting this high. So once we get something like this, boom, 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 break, pull back, enter, and targeting this high. Okay, but all it will depend on the correlation numbers. Okay, so here we don't have a clear setup. We're just going to skip it. Same thing here, same thing here, same thing here. So GBP USD is the one that I believe that is giving us something better. Why? Is because remember GBP is selling. Okay, GBP is selling -7, dropping. Okay, and then this one is flat, but it has a potential of going back to this group here. That means I'll be waiting for a break to the downside. Break, boom, and then pull back to these zones here, and then sell it. So that's the pair that I'm watching currently. And then GBP Swiss, this one again, this one I've missed the entry somewhere around here, but there is no way that we can sell it now here. Okay, because I'm only trading this type of a pattern, guys. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, break, retest, sell on the H4. All right, so GBP Canadian dollar, nothing interesting at the moment, and I'm no longer looking for a breakout to the upside. But either I'll be waiting for a break to the downside, but this one is not going to be nice one, a nice breakout. But we'll see if we can just get something like this, and then a break, pull back, sell, then that's going to be nice. But the problem here is that there's a possibility of of a range, a long-term range. Why? Because I'm expecting to see GBP selling and Canadian dollar selling. That means if they are selling, both currencies, if they are selling, then that's a clear range. That's a clear range. Okay. So I won't be taking any sells or buys there. Okay, so here nothing interesting until we get a breakout. Then sell. I'm going to sell somewhere around here, sell, put a stop loss, and then boom. Okay, here guys, this is much better, guys, again. So I'm going to put that into our watch list because the GBP is showing signs of breaking to the downside, pull back, and then sell. So I'll be watching that setup closely. This one, there's no clear either buy or sell. GBP NZD. Okay, let's check what NZD is doing. NZD is neutral with +1. I believe this thing is still going to break to the downside, guys. But this type of a setup, I don't like it that much. I like something like this, a pullback like this, not like this. Okay, but as the market is showing impulsive moves, that is also promising. When if you can get something like this, clear impulsive, and then a pullback to this box here, then we may sell it, and then we are going to target the next zone, which is okay. This one we went through it, and then we are going to target this one. Okay, that's the zone that I will be targeting, but it's too close, guys. It's too close. We might see, a big drop on GBP pairs. We might see a big drop as the market was buying before neutral, and then now is selling. So we might see the market coming back to this low here. That's where the market started to go up. So it might come back and make a double bottom. Okay. So yeah, let's put this into our watch list because now we see a breakout. Gold, guys, gold. So gold, I'm expecting a break to the downside because I'm expecting the US dollar going up. That means gold is supposed to go down. Okay, so on gold, we can say we got a break, but it's not a clear one. It's not a clear one. Even if we use the fib from swing high to swing low, the pullback supposed to be the 61.8 or the 50%. So this is the 50%, 61.8. So this 61.8 is not lining up with the break and retest, but we'll see. Maybe on Monday, guys, if we can just get another push on gold, maybe a reversal here, then this is going to our potential entry point. Okay. But my anticipation here is to look for a sell trade on gold. Let's put it into our watch list because we've seen a bit of a breakout. So this one I'm expecting a break to the upside. Okay, break to the upside, but currently we don't see a breakout. But I'm expecting a break to the upside. And this one again, a break to the upside. Before we were selling, guys, as you can see, we've been looking for a break. Okay, I caught a sell here because that's when I've got a nice break. Here I've got a nice break and then rate has then sell. So, but now we are no longer selling. Now we must look for a break to the upside. Break, retest, making something like a head and shoulder pattern, and then that's when I'll be taking my buys. Boom. Okay. Let's just put this line here. Change the color, and then whenever we get something like this, clear break, breaking the trend line, breaking the moving average, and then coming back to somewhere around here, making rejections here, and then it's going to be my buy entry. Swing high to swing low to swing high, 50%, 16.8 zone, and then buy. It's going to be a perfect entry here. Put a stop loss here and then targeting the previous highs. 4R, 4.5R. Okay, US dollar JPY. I'm also expecting, okay, here guys, I'm no longer expecting a sell because I know that there's a high chance that the US dollar is going to break to the upside, not to the downside. So I'll be expecting something like this. Okay, then I'll be drawing my trend line like this. Get rid of this. Then a breakout is supposed to be something like this, and then a pullback to this zone here, and then a buy. Okay, so yeah, but currently we don't see any setup. Let's just wait for it. Okay, yeah, let's just wait for it. Okay, this one NZD USD. Remember, the USD now is on our left hand side, it's on our right hand side. That means the market is supposed to break to the downside now. Okay, remember the base currency and the code currency. Okay, so this one I'm expecting a break to the downside. Same thing with this one, I'm expecting a break to the downside and then sell. Break, retesting the previous resistance, which is a previous one, this one here is a very big one. Then break it and then come back and then sell it. Okay, but currently we see that the AUD pairs are still buying, but they've been buying for quite some time. Now it's choppy. The market is making a choppy movement here. There's a high possibility of a break to the downside and then pull back and then sell. So I'll be just waiting for correlations here and also the patterns before we take any direction. USD Sgd, this is going to be a clear buy because the US dollar is showing some signs of buying. Sgd is still flat with -1, so this one is going to be a nice one. Okay, once you see a breakout there, we are going to wait for a retest, then a buy. Okay, let's talk about ZAR trades that I was supposed to take last week. ZAR trades, I only took two trades. The first one, it was NZD versus South African Rand, and then the second one, it was the South African Rand versus the JPY. Okay, those were the two trades that I took, but I was also supposed to take the AUD versus ZAR. I'm going to explain why. Okay, AUD versus ZAR. Okay, let's start by let's talk about this one. Last week, guys, it was a very nice week for ZAR currencies. You know, the ZAR South African rand, it was falling aggressively, as you can see here. It was falling -7. That's a big sell. Okay, and we were buying base currencies that are also matching with the ZAR. So, excuse me, guys. Okay, so here the euro. Okay, this one I didn't take it because the euro was selling massively. Remember, the euro is currently selling with massive, with big sell. You know, I was expecting to see a range between ZAR and euro, but the ZAR was too aggressive. That's why I'm seeing a sell. I didn't take this one, but the setup was gorgeous, guys. Look at this. Boom, and then pull back. I mean, break out, pull back, and then a buy. Okay. Okay, this buy lining up with everything, guys. Lining up with the previous support. Boom, and then also lining up with the low of the day and the New York session opening. You know, everything was lining up perfectly. We got, you know, a very nice entry here. For people who bought this, they got a very nice entry. Even if you confirm it with the M15, we've got a low of the day, as you can see, guys. Here, the market went down the previous day, and then also went down on this day, and then we've got something like a W pattern, a big one that took for 2 days, and then boom, up. So, but I didn't buy it because I was looking at NZD, and also okay, the one that I missed, it was AUD ZAR. I was supposed to take it. Okay, this USD ZAR, I didn't miss it. Okay, because at that day the ZAR was selling, okay, with -5, and also the US dollar was selling with -4. Okay, so I was still expecting something like a range before maybe a buy. But you know, the ZAR was selling massively. That's why we've seen a buy there. But the setup was also perfect. You know, breakout buy. Okay, Mexican peso. This one came after. Okay, so now I'm expecting a pullback and then a buy. But you know, it's a nice breakout. Okay, it's a nice breakout. Swiss JPY. On the Swiss, let's see the CHF JPY. So this one, guys, okay, let's see. I think this one is nice because we see a breakout to the upside, and then remember that the Swiss franc is currently pushing +5. I mean +6 is pushing up while the JPY is flat. So this one, I'll be expecting a continuation of a buy. Okay, so this one, let's start with the top-down analysis on the weekly. Okay, just to see what's happening based on the structure. We are going to mark support and resistance from the weekly time frame up until the H4. I think this one also, there's a little bit of a resistance over there, and a big one here. Okay, I think these ones are fine on the weekly. Daily, you can mark this one as well, the breakout. And then the H4, we've seen a breakout, a clear one. You know, we've seen a consolidation, boom, 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 sign, and then break, retest buy. Okay, so now, okay, sorry. So, but I will be expecting to see a breakout, you know, a pullback coming back to this zone. A pullback coming back to this one before it buys, a 50% pullback, at least 50% pullback. Okay, we've got a 50%. That means we might see a buy. Okay, but let's just wait for Monday and see if we do see a low of the day. A low of the day on Monday, maybe another pullback like this, and then a W formation, then a buy. So this one I think it's also good. Okay, this one is also good. Let's put it into our watch list. Let's put it into our watch list. It's going to be a nice buy. This Swiss franc is buy. Okay, Australian dollar versus the Swiss franc. So this one's supposed to break to the downside. Okay, Canadian dollar versus Swiss franc. Also, this one's supposed to break to the downside, but I don't like this break and retest. No, this one. It's not a break and retest. It's just the channel. So I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't know, but my anticipation here is to sell the CAD versus JP versus the Swiss franc. So I don't see any nice pattern for a sell. Okay, this one I'll be expecting a break to the downside. AUD CAD. Okay. Here guys, I don't know what's going to happen here. Let's just wait. But before I was buying, before I bought here. Okay, I bought here. And remember guys, I almost forgot. I'm currently giving out signals. I'm currently giving out signals for free until December into my free Telegram channel. So the first link that you're gonna find below is the link that is going to giving you the access to these signals. Okay. And let's proceed. NZD Canadian dollar, I'm not sure yet. NZD Swiss, I'm not sure yet as well. DJPY, I'm not sure about, but this one is going to be nice if it breaks down, break to the downside and then sell. Same thing here, if I can get a break and then sell. This one, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I'm not sure. Okay, before I was looking for a break to the upside, but the AUD is overbought, guys. I'm no longer interested in buying it. Okay, this is the one that I sold last week. And the NZD is up for a buy. This one was so simple, guys. This one was so simple. Why? At that day, here we've got a low of the day and then we bought. And then the NZD, it was bullish on that day, and then the ZAR was bearish. It means it's a nice buy over there. Okay, this one I'm not sure. Okay, let's even remove this. Let us remove this because I'm not sure about the breakout. GBP Sgd. We might see a break to the downside. Okay, we already got a break. Now we need to wait for a pullback. A very choppy one. Chop, 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 chop. Boom. High of the day here, and then wait for you know, a little bit of a push to the downside. Once we see a high of the day, then sell it here, put a stop loss above, and then target this zone here, something like this. Yeah, okay, we got a breakout already. Swiss Sgd. So this one, because the Swiss supposed to buy, I'm still waiting for a clear breakout over there. Canadian dollar, I'm expecting a breakout to the downside before we sell it. And the SGD, I'm not sure, but there's a potential of a break to the downside on this one. Break, boom, 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 boom. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. SGD and JPY are both flat, so let us remove this. Bam. Euro SEC, this thing is still going to sell. We are going to wait selling until we get a breakout. Okay, this one is not that much important. I can even remove this from my watch list because it's so choppy. It has a lot of spikes, you know. I don't trade something that, you know, a lot of spikes, a lot of spikes. So let me just remove it. SGD, Euro SEC, Swiss SG, SEC. So let's see what's happening here. Same thing with this one. It has a lot, but this one is much better compared to the other one. CAD SEC. Here I'll be expecting a break to the downside as well. A break to the downside. AD SEC. Here I'm not sure because the AD is still bullish, but you might see, as I was saying, guys, now the AUD is trying to be flat. That means buyers are done. Okay, buyers are done. You might see sellers taking over. So let's just wait for a breakout. This one, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. And this one, I'm not sure where the breakout is supposed to go. So these are the setups. This is my analysis for the week ahead, guys. I'll give you the update on my free Telegram channel. I'll give you the signals, and then on Wednesday also I'll be giving out another midweek analysis. Okay, guys, I'm signing out. Have a good night.